They tell you that Delta Force operators are the best of the best, unbreakable. But after 15 years in the dark, doing things that don't exist for governments that deny you, you don't feel unbreakable. You feel hollow. My name is Marcus Kaine. 6 months ago, I was sitting in a motel room, staring at the bottom of a bottle, waiting for the courage to end it all. Then the phone rang. Her name was Dr. Mitchell. She didn't ask how I was. She knew my debt, my divorce, and my nightmares. She offered me a job, private security, $185,000 a year. But the interview wasn't about my aim. They strapped me to a chair and asked me about God. They asked if I could accept that everything I knew about history was a lie. I told them I didn't believe in anything anymore. That was the correct answer. They flew me to Groom Lake, Area 51. But the base you see on Google Earth, that's just the lid on the coffin. The real work happens 2 miles underground. They gave me a badge that said Magic Clearance. I laughed until the elevator dropped. My stomach hit my throat for 3 straight minutes. When the doors opened, the air smelled like ozone and antiseptic. Dr. Mitchell walked me to Sector 7. She pointed to the reinforced glass cells lining the walls. "We don't call them aliens, Marcus," she said. "We call them assets." I looked through the glass, and my blood froze. I saw things that defied biology. Small, gray workers with eyes like black voids. Insect-like creatures that stood 8 feet tall, chittering against the glass. My job was simple. Guard the door. Don't speak. And if they breach, kill them. But the horror wasn't the aliens. It was the humans. I watched scientists, men with PhDs and families, torture these beings. They called it research. I called it vivisection. They cut into them without anesthesia. I looked into the eyes of a humanoid creature in Cell 4. It didn't look like a monster. It looked like a prisoner of war. It looked afraid. It happened on a Tuesday. A power surge. The magnetic locks on Cell 2 failed. The mantis broke out. The corridor turned into a slaughterhouse. My squad opened fire, screaming as the creature tore through the metal bulkhead. In the chaos, I was separated. I ducked into a storage bay, weapon raised, heart hammering against my ribs. I wasn't alone. In the corner, huddled behind a crate, was the humanoid from Cell 4, a tall white. It was bleeding purple blood. It wasn't attacking. It was shielding the injured mantis with its own body. My earpiece screamed, "Kaine, eliminate all loose assets, kill them." I looked at the alien. It looked at me. Its eyes were bright blue, human, but infinite. In that second, I didn't hear a voice, but I felt a thought. Mercy. I lowered my rifle. I pointed them towards the ventilation shaft. "Go," I whispered. I didn't just save them. I opened a door. For the next 3 weeks, the tall white, I called him the Observer, spoke to me. Not with words, but with images projected directly into my brain. He showed me the truth. He showed me that humans didn't evolve. We were designed. We are a genetic experiment created by a coalition of ancient species. They gave us something no other species has: chaos, unpredictability. He showed me our history. The gods of Egypt, the angels of the Bible, they were visitors, caretakers. And then, he showed me the one thing that broke me. He showed me a man on a cross. He was one of us, the Observer's voice echoed in my mind. A hybrid, sent to teach you compassion, to prepare you for the ascension. You turned his technology into magic, and his message into a weapon. I asked him what God was. He showed me a web of light, trillions of minds across billions of galaxies, connected in a single network. God is not a king, he said. God is the collective, and humanity is almost ready to join.
But the government doesn't want us to join the collective. They want to control it. They caught me. They dragged me to level 10. Director Harrison was waiting, but when he turned around, His skin rippled. His eyes blinked sideways. He wasn't human anymore. He was a hybrid, a failed attempt to force evolution. "Join us, Marcus," he hissed. I chose the hard way. The observer hacked the facility grid, the lights died, and I ran. I took a plasma round to the shoulder. It burned like the surface of the sun, but I made it to the surface. I made it to the desert. I'm recording this from a safe house in Mexico. The upload is complete. The files, the photos of the aliens, the videos of the experiments, the truth about our DNA, it's all on the internet now. They can't stop it. But something is happening to me. My shoulder, the wound didn't scar. It closed up in 3 hours. My vision is perfect. I can hear the heartbeat of the man in the room next door. The observer didn't just share information with me. When our minds touched, he unlocked something, dormant DNA. The government thinks they are gods because they have the guns, but they are wrong. The real God is waiting for us in the stars, and I think I'm starting to hear him. My name is Marcus Kaine. If you're hearing this, you are the resistance.